Wow. Hey people.
Wow. Hey, people.
Hello friends of the World Wide Web. My name is Grace Sands and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another to be read TBR for November. Let's get into it. Bear with me, I am currently very sick. I was actually gonna film this video like 2 days ago and I just had no voice. I could barely breathe. So I'm recovering now. I've been pretty much just binge watching Twilight movies, religiously playing Shawn Mendes' Heart of Gold song that just came out, and reading and scrolling on TikTok. I mean, what can I say? And eating a lot of mozzarella sticks. Like an insane, shameful amount of mozzarella sticks. But nevertheless, I made a cup of tea. Chamomile honey cannot go wrong with that. And we're gonna be talking about books. So, last month, I know I didn't film an October reading wrap-up, but we did pretty solid on the book list. We read 5 books last month. I'll put all the books here that we read. I had 11 books total on the TBR, and that's the first time in who knows how long that I've read 5 books in a month, so I'm pretty happy about that. So, since I saw that that was possible, I decided to have 5 books on the TBR for this month. Listen, we're changing up the pace a lot compared to last month because last month was just so heavy. There was gore, there was thriller, there was horror, there was psychological fuckery. And I just want to have a chill, wholesome, cozy November. Really quickly, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been sending me really kind messages on Goodreads or commenting here on YouTube or DMing me on Instagram. I've gotten some really sweet feedback and I've made some cool Goodreads friends, so it just warms my heart. I'm really glad that you guys are liking the content and I'm having a great time being a booktuber. I'm actually really excited for November's reads. I picked out all these books myself just based off of vibes and books that I've been wanting to read for a while now. And now it's gonna be getting dark around like 5 p.m. And I'm like a person that likes to read at night. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to the super short days, but I am looking forward to like just the whole ambiance of reading at night. Again, just like always, these are in no particular order. But they do look cute. I'll put a picture of the setup here. Actually, let me take one now. The lineup is pretty adorable. But getting into the first book, we have Beautiful World, Where Are You? By Sally Rooney. If I'm not mistaken, this book came out during the COVID era and it was kind of supposed to be related to that. And I already started this book today actually. I'm only on the 3rd chapter, but this is a book I got from a book subscription called Book of the Month, which if you're a reader, you 99% probably have heard about it before. And I already like it. I'm looking forward to reading this book. And I'm feeling like I'm gonna get through this pretty quickly. Basically, it's a story about 4 people who are intermingled all of their lives crossing each other. There's 2 best friends, Eileen and Alice. And then there are 2 men in here, Felix and Simon. So Alice is a novelist and she has moved to a new city, meets a man named Felix, asks him if he wants to go explore Rome with her. And then there is Eileen, who lives in Dublin, Ireland, and she has a longtime best friend, childhood best friend, named Simon, who she kind of gets involved with again, kind of this on and off thing going on. And it's their story, how their lifelines intertwine, how it can get messy, all the relationships, all the ups and downs that come with being messy. It's kind of just talking about humanity and humanizing the experience we have here on Earth. And I think that's beautiful, and how she writes has been very captivating and interesting to me so far. And I can only assume that it'll get better from there, so. Okay, this next one, I know y'all are gonna flip. I know y'all are gonna flip. Are we ready? Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Y'all, this is one of those books that I know you guys have read this book. Maybe not everyone, but probably a majority of people that are watching booktube videos at least have heard about Magnolia Parks. I have heard about Magnolia Parks, and I have wanted to read Magnolia Parks for a while. So I'm finally gonna do that. I just picked this book up from Barnes & Noble. This is the only book that I outsourced recently to get because I've just been wanting to read this. I don't know why, and I feel like I'm suddenly ready for it. I need a beat, I need romance, I need easy. After October was hard and cruel and scary. And so I just need something chill and wholesome and fun. So Magnolia Parks, for anyone that hasn't heard of it, is a story between two people, Magnolia and BJ. Magnolia is a London socialite, and she has a toxic situationship kind of thing going on with BJ, who's a basketball player. Wait, is he a basketball player? Oh no, that's a different book. Hold on. Yeah, they have a toxic on again, off again situationship bullshit that if you've ever had to experience or live through, I'm so sorry, you deserve compensation. And kind of they keep hurting each other, but they love each other. They keep sleeping with other people, but then finding their way towards each other again. And basically the story is, you know, this cycle isn't sustainable. It's not going to go on forever. What's going to happen? Are we going to be together or not? And I guess we'll find out. If you have read this book, please tell me what you think. What are your thoughts? I'd love to know. My Goodreads is going to be right here. Add me on Goodreads. Let's talk about it. Notes on Your Sudden Disappearance by Allison Espach. Allison, what's up, girl? How you say your last name? Y'all, I got this book for $6.97 from Books A Million. I am a new customer to Books A Million. This is only like the third time that I've ever been in one, and this was the first time I've been in a standalone Books A Million. And why has no one told me about the bargain section, bargain price books at Books A Million? When I tell you I was taken aback. A lot of the books I hadn't heard of before, and I wasn't in the mood when I went there to start researching books and seeing if I wanted to get them. But this book I've seen so many times at Barnes & Noble, so I picked it up. And $6.97? In this economy? Yes. Fuck yes, please. So, Notes on Your Sudden Disappearance, I'm thinking is a YA romance, which isn't really my thing anymore, but I picked that up just because apparently it's been going crazy everywhere. And it's a story of Sally and her sister Kathy, who is like the star pupil, the favorite child, and their relationship with Billy Barnes, which I thought was funny because I'm pretty sure that's the name of a character from Stranger Things, or if not, like very close to that guy's name. But Billy Barnes, who's a senior basketball player, something happens, some type of tragedy, and now Sally and Billy, their lives are intertwined and are going to be for over 2 decades. What I really like is that this story, the timeline starts in the early 90s, and I don't think I've ever read a book actually that is a fiction book that doesn't involve technology, like modern day technology, cell phones and all that we have now, that I'm assuming they're not gonna have in the early 90s, unless you were like very wealthy or something. So I'm really looking forward to the timeline there, the era. The plot itself sounds like something that is kind of basic, but let's see what her spin and her take is on that type of plot. I'm looking for a 5-star read, y'all. I have not had a 5-star read since the summer, and it's starting to be kind of sad and kind of concerning. So hopefully we'll get a 5-star read soon. The Bookshop of Second Chances by Jackie Fraser. This book is near and dear to my heart. And I say that because I had a regular at a job that I used to have when I lived back in South Florida. And she knew I was a reader, and she would come with bags, I'm saying bags of books on the weekend when she would see me. And she would just give me books. And it was the sweetest, most wholesome thing ever. I gave her books too. We kind of had like this whole exchange and kind of like book club just between us. And it was the most wholesome thing. And this was one of the books that she gave me. So, The Bookshop of Second Chances, I will read and think about my regular from my last job. and I'm looking forward to that. The Bookshop of Second Chances is basically about Thea. Her life is falling apart. She lost her job. She lost her husband. You know, everything is going bad for this woman. And her distant uncle has recently died and left his inheritance to her. He has a house on the coast of a little town in Scotland. But yeah, Thea is really starting to fall in love with the small town that she lives in now, and she wants to get rid of the book collection she inherited. She's trying to sell it off to the owner of the bookshop, whose name is Edward. Team Edward. But he's not impressed by her. He wants nothing to do with her, and it's kind of an enemies to lovers trope, which I love, which I eat up every single time. So that's the story of them, and that is the Bookshop of Second Chances. And then last but not least, Cleopatra and Frankenstein. And every time that I see this author's name, I want to say Cocomelon, but it's Coco Mellors. To me, it's Cocomelon. This is a stunning book. It was extremely popular earlier this year. I picked this up a while ago, actually, and it's just been sitting on my shelf, but I really want to get into it, so let's get into it. Their names are Cleopatra and Frankenstein, respectively. That's kind of a given. So Cleo is a 24-year-old painter that has moved to New York and is trying to find her way in the city and trying to make a life for herself, trying to be successful. And then Frank is a mid-40s, man who is very successful, who is very well off and well into his career. It's their story, how they come together, they get married, everything happens kind of very quickly. Cleo struggles with things like depression, and Frank struggles with things like alcoholism. And then there are also side plots and side characters. Cleo's best friend is figuring out their gender queerness, and Frank's sister is having sugar baby problems. So all of that kind of sounds like a chaotic book, and I am very much so here for that. Kind of messy, kind of all over the place, a lot going on, and I think that'll keep me really engaged. So I can't wait to read that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick. But those are all of my books for my TBR for November, guys. I want to make some more book content soon. I have a couple ideas of stuff I want to do. I want to make a TBR jar because I've been seeing lots of videos with people having that, and some of the prompts are so much fun. So I might make a video of the whole process of making a TBR jar and then possibly use it for December's TBR. I kind of want to do a bookshelf tour. I want to do some book related things like making a book journal or doing reviews, stuff like that. So expect a lot of content coming up surrounding books. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you've been wanting to read any of these books. Add me on socials. Let's be friends there. I'd love to chat it up. And this is the beautiful book lineup for this month. How exciting! But yeah, come back at the end of the month if you want to see my November reading wrap up and all of my thoughts and opinions about the books and reactions. Because what am I if not all the pages I've ever read? I don't know if that's a quote that's been said before, but I just came up with that in my mind and it was kind of poetic. But I hope you have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there. Wash your hands and cover your mouth because people are fucking nasty and that's why I'm sick now. Alright, I'll see ya.